guys, what's going on? It's MassiveJoes Weekly.
What
is my neck doing?
Another delicious intro to MassiveJoes Weekly Word episode 74, Neve.
It is, mate.
Have you seen a fresher haircut on the big hose, mate? Honestly, it's almost like Robbie came to MJHQ, cut the shit, and now I'm in the video shooting Weekly Word. It's like that happened, right? And that pretty much did happen.
The side of your head looks like a 2-week regrowth of a shaved.
Mate, it is amazing. Honestly, no, Robbie did actually come to MJHQ this week. Thank you, my brother. Really appreciate it. Cut all the boys' hair except for you, because you weren't here. You had to pop out the office. Yeah. But I gotta say, I posted it on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook because I gotta spread the love for my brother Robbie and his chop shop. And people were fighting. There was passionate fights over what my haircut is called.
It's not a fade.
No, it's definitely not a fade.
But you call it a fade.
But some people were calling it an undercut. But it's also not an undercut. I think it needs its own name. Yeah. Because you need to appreciate, you viewers at home need to appreciate the intricacy. Hold on. You watching the screen here because you're about to get educated. Look at this shit. So we got the Fury style on top. Zoom and focus action, please. We got the Fury style on top. And then check this out. It's definitely an undercut, right? Because it's definitely...
I can't believe you're taking it.
No, because I need to educate people on a haircut.
I can't believe you're taking the haircut to meet people in America.
Yeah.
We're going to meet with...
It's definitely an undercut, but check it. It also fades up the top. You see that shit? It's a skin fade right down from top to bottom, but also an undercut and also a Fury. So you guys, viewers at home need to come up with a name for this shit.
We're going to go to the Olympia next weekend, and we're going to rock up to meet CEOs, and you're going to rock up with that shit haircut.
And zero be given Nevosh.
I'm a kid that can't come to work with a shaved head, and you're rocking that haircut.
This is nowhere near a shaved head, mate.
Look at the size.
It's faded, undercut with a Fury.
We've been talking 3 minutes, mate.
Last episode of the Weekly Word for the next 3 weeks, because we're heading off for season 3 of TMJ in the USA first thing tomorrow morning, Nevosh.
Well, it's currently 6:30 p.m. on Thursday night.
Both of us have not yet packed.
And we got to leave at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow morning.
No, we have to leave early. We've got to be at the airport at 4:30.
We've got to be at the airport at 4:30 a.m.
So,
but luckily you've got gold.
Yeah, we're going straight to the Virgin Lounge, man. Anyway, we're mixing up this episode of Weekly Word. We're skipping over everything we'd normally talk about. Back in stock, new products coming soon.
We said TLDR.
We're going straight to TMJ in the USA. Follow us on all the social media platforms, and then straight to AskNeve, Nevosh.
Yes.
First topic of discussion, Neve.
So tomorrow morning, as we said, going to be going to America.
Yeah.
So follow us on all the social media platforms. So we'll have at MassiveJoes on Snapchat.
Yep.
At MassiveJoes on Instagram.
Yep.
MassiveJoes Facebook page.
Yep.
MassiveJoes on Periscope at MassiveJoes.
Correct.
At Neve Movement.
Yep.
On Snapchat.
And
Instagram. So yes.
Yep.
Follow
all that shit, and of course
the YouTube channel here where you watch it, because we'll have all the daily vlogs and all that kind of shit.
But this is the thing, right? Is what you see on Periscope, Instagram, Snapchat will be live. It'll be live, up to date, down to the minute. That's what you see. The vlog, TMJ in the USA Season 3, will be delayed by a day because we got to shoot that shit. We got to FTP that bitch back to the cutting specialist here in Adelaide. He's got to cut it together and then upload it to YouTube.
So you can get. We're going to voice it over as we're going rather than voicing it over.
Well, we're going vlog
But it
style.
takes too long because we have to take the video. Dillip has to send it back. Dillip has to splice it together.
Yeah.
Has to send it back to us. We have to voice it over. Send it back to Dillip. He uploads it. Which is why it took 3 days.
Yeah.
Now
so it's much more efficient, but there's still going to be a lag.
Yeah.
So you got to follow all that shit. Snapchat, Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of TMJ in the USA Season 3.
Yes.
Next topic of discussion, Neve.
What's the word? AskNeve.
All right, we're going questions.
Can you hear that fly?
No, I can't. We're going 20 questions, baby. Concentrate. Like an ADHD over here in the corner. First question. Ash Kamak wants to know, now that Greene has come out with a SUP company, yes he has, it's called Dynamic with a K, muscle, and remembering what you guys said a while ago about Phil Heath doing it and saying they would struggle to cope with the demands of promoting and running a company and competing at the same time. What are your thoughts on this now that it's been some time since Gifted Nutrition came on the market? And have you guys tried any of these products and what are your thoughts? How many questions can you roll in to one regular sized question?
I'm gonna say,
my brother Ash.
I'm gonna say them real quick. We haven't tried the products because they only on his Instagram last week.
I don't think even Kai's tried the products. They're that new.
Kai hasn't even learnt the name of his own products
yet.
Yeah. Number two, with Phil Heath and promoting his own company, Phil Heath, the Gifted Nutrition products aren't even Australia.
Yeah.
I think they're in 3 stores in America at the moment.
Yeah.
So he's not really doing a whole lot to do anything. So
well, he's focusing on competing.
Yeah, so
which comes back to what we initially said when Gifted came out. You have to focus on one thing. You want to be the best bodybuilder in the world, focus on being the best bodybuilder in the world. And if you guys remember, a couple of years ago, the year that Gifted Nutrition launched, which was right before the Olympia, which is exactly what Kai Greene's doing before this Olympia, Phil Heath stepped on stage and looked like shit. And was very lucky to beat Kai that year.
But then you look,
very lucky.
But then you look at guys as soon as they've retired, such as Jay Cutler and Ronnie Coleman, who's probably a better example, who once they've competed, then they can put all their time and effort, which has made their products a lot bigger and their brands a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But not so much Jay because it's never took off.
Yeah. Brooklyn Furkovic wants to know, hey guys, I asked a question this other day on post-workout Periscope Q&A with Swole about BS supplements and things you hate about the industry. I really appreciated the honesty and insight. I was wondering, what is one thing you did or changed that saw a massive increase in gains, whether that was training, nutrition, or supplementation?
This is to do with nutrition and supplementation.
Yep.
When I took out my shakes and replaced them with whole meals throughout the day.
Really? That made the biggest difference to your gains?
Yep.
For real?
Yep, I reckon.
Brooklyn, to be honest with you, man, I make very small incremental gains each year. So I wouldn't say that there's been something that's made a massive difference to my gains.
Finding out how my body responds to different nutrition or different
oh, absolutely.
that kind of stuff.
But I think that's incremental. That's the kind of stuff that you learn month after month, year after year, and implement to make yourself a better bodybuilder.
I'm going to say in the last year though, is changing my diet up, working out what works for me in terms of calories, and nutrient timing.
Yeah.
Probably nutrient timing as well.
Yeah.
Is probably one of the major things.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, you know me, I used to have 6 meals a day and 4 of them were shakes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably the 2 biggest things for me is probably just nutrition.
100%. Brooklyn, to put it in perspective for you, man, I've been training as a bodybuilder now for 10 years. I'm happy to make 1 kilo of muscle gains a year right now. I make a kilo, if I step on stage a kilo heavier this year than I was last year, that's a successful year for me. So nothing makes a massive change to gains. It's all incremental growth, man. NVids1s wants to know, hey guys, I'm currently taking a break off caffeine and other stimulant to reset my tolerances. How long should I do this for?
About 4 weeks.
Simple. Lats on me back wants to know, hey Nevosh, I built some lats on me back. It's a comedian. But then I hop on good old Snapchat and boom. 2 massive elephant balls are on your back.
You said testicles.
He's talking about you. Would you say it was deadlifts that attributed to this back of yours, or did you happen to get some elephant ball injections on your recent trip to Bali? He's called you out. He wants to know if you injected synthol when you were in the land of Indonesia.
I did ride on an elephant, so maybe I did get bit by him, but what was it? Oh yeah, no, I think it is just, back is my favorite muscle group to train.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can see that fly.
It's a massive fly.
I don't think that's a fly. I think that fly has come out of the warehouse, been using all the supplements, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, the thing is, like, when I hit...
Give me some gains, mother.
I mean, I love training back. Back is my favorite muscle group to train. I love going heavy on back, and I love hitting 8 exercises on back.
Yeah. So
I think it's just, I guess, deadlifts, but I mean, I haven't really deadlifted all that much lately, and my back is still quite well developed.
Ilka Dayakli wants to know, ask Neve, what are your thoughts on the IFBB's new classic physique division?
Might give Joe a hope on stage.
I'm not big enough for classic physique.
No, that's the, no,
because I'm natty.
It's good because not as you've seen with the recent I guess
progress pics of the physique competitors.
No, not that.
No?
But what I'm saying is,
what are you trying to say?
The recent success or popularity
of
men's physique. Not everyone wants to look like Phil Heath or Kai Greene. Not everyone wants to be that big. Everyone wants. Most people these days like the old aesthetic physiques of your Arnolds, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be good. I mean, anything that will attract more people to the sport of bodybuilding without thinking that you have to take 40 grand worth of GH insulin and gear a year to be able to compete into those. And these guys aren't. I mean, you're putting your body through a lot to be able to step on the highest level of the Olympia stage.
Yeah.
I mean, you still hold your own on an IP men's physique stage.
That's right.
That's the thing. Not everyone wants to look like those big mass freaks. So I think it's good for the.
I think it's great for the federation. I think the timing couldn't have been worse, to be honest, because the judges are going to be completely red-faced this year in men's physique because they're going to pick either Jeremy Buendia, Sadiq, or Jason Poston to win the men's physique, and they're clearly too big for men's physique. And next year they're all going to go into classic physique, and there's going to be this big. The timing's horrible.
I don't know.
But the concept is brilliant.
But the thing is,
the timing is horrible because put it in perspective. You go watch the video. You go check out the MassiveJoes Instagram. We had a clip of the video. Jim Mannion sits there and he said, we're seeing men's physique competitors that are too big for men's physique. So he's gone out and he said that, but you watch, either Jeremy or Sadiq or Jason will win this year, and that's clearly the people Joe Weed is talking about being too big for physique.
But the thing is though, Sadiq and them are going to have to put on a bit more muscle mass, I think. Through certain body parts.
But it comes back down to, it's going to take them a while to figure out exactly what they're looking for in the classic physique division. They're not going to hit the nail on the head straight up. Just like men's physique evolves every year, just like bikini evolves every year. You look at the bikini girls from 5 years ago; they were soft and not much muscle mass. You look at the bikini girls now; they're much harder and much more muscle mass.
I think what's going to happen is guys like your Steve Cook and let's say Jeff Seed kind of physiques.
Yeah.
Those smaller physiques compared to Jeremy and Sadiq.
Well, that is men's physique.
That's going to be your men's physique.
Yeah.
Then Sadiq and Jeremy are going to be more your classic bodybuilding with a little bit more muscle mass, full of quads, bigger calves, etc., are going to be your men's classic, and then obviously you'll have your genetic freaks up on stage in the men's bodybuilding.
Yeah. Matthew Volp, hey lads, big fan from Great White North. I know you boys track amount of macros per meal, but do you also track the fiber content of each meal?
I don't personally know.
No, neither do I. I eat a lot of green vegetables, man. I have green vegetables with every meal except for breakfast. So I eat a lot of fiber, but I don't track it.
I get broccoli with 4 of my meals, and then I'm having an actual fiber supplement twice a day as well. So I'm getting plenty of fiber in.
There you go. What's your Swolger's opinion on what's happening to physiques of greatness at the moment, aka the beef? That's from Josh T317.
I actually don't know anything about.
I
saw Mark posted a video, or somebody in the office yesterday. I didn't really listen yesterday to anyone talking in the office, so I don't know what the issue is, and it doesn't really matter. I don't care.
No. Well, we had it. Should I mention it?
No, don't.
No, okay. I'm not even answering any questions on physiques of greatness. Old Dumble Your Door wants to know, hey guys, just wondering why I'm making all kinds of toilet gains after I take a pre-workout.
Probably high agmatine.
That's generally high agmatine, or some people it can be
This question is turning into the new amino acid supplement.
Well, not really, because it's not always agmatine. Like, for example, NO Explode or Gaspari Super Pump in particular, people call it Super Dump, can cause people to go to the toilet. There's no agmatine in NO Explode. None.
It's just, it's one of the ingredients in your pre-workout.
Yeah, I'd probably, if it's happening on a consistent basis, probably mix up your pre-workout and try something else. Muhammad S. Al-Tamimi wants to know, what's up, MassiveJoes bros? What gloves do you recommend for using when lifting weights?
Next.
Why?
We don't train gloves.
No, but some people do.
Okay.
That's why we make them. TMJ Apparel gloves is what I recommend, man. Wouldn't you?
No. Do you see TMJ training gloves coming up in the near future?
Yeah.
We already do.
Exactly.
We sell
Mohammed, we sell them on our website, and you get $9.95 express global shipping to Abu Dhabi, because that's where you're writing from. For all TMJ Apparel orders over $100, man.
I personally, this is from an honest opinion, is I have never worn gloves in my life.
I used to when I was younger.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
And I never have worn them.
Yeah. But a lot of people do. If you go into a gym now, 50% of people train. That's why we make them. And our gloves are the tits, man. 50%. Get yourself a pair. Matthew Sabarin wants to know, hey guys, I've heard that doing crunches can f up your posture and that they aren't very effective. I heard this from Mark the Machine Lobeliner. He says that exercises like goblet squats, planks, etc. are more beneficial. Opinions?
I mean, I've always thought that just doing your compound lifts have been more beneficial for me personally, like stabilizing your core muscles.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I still think you should throw in some crunches every now and then. It's not going to posture up unless that's all you do is crunches.
Yeah, I think, and this is knowing Mark, I think Mark was probably talking about people that like go to the gym every single day and do like 1,000 crunches.
Yeah.
You know, they take it to the extreme. That's what he would be referring to.
I mean, I think
in that situation.
I guess with also like, it's all about balancing your physique. So if you hit your triceps, you hit your biceps. If you hit your front delt, hit your rear delt, that kind of shit. If you're hitting your abs, I mean, make sure that you've like your rear delt or your what's it called, lower back, etc. is all symmetrical.
Yeah. My Brandon J wants to know, my aunt recently got switched to working a night shift and it's taking a shit all over her sleep cycle. I recommended to her to take ProSup's Crash since it knocks you out cold as opposed to Resurrect PM or Anesthetize. Do you think that's the right choice, or what would you recommend supplement-wise? Anesthetize.
Yeah, Joe loves Anesthetize.
I love that shit, man.
I've always just used Resurrect.
Best sleep supplement we've seen thus far.
I still use Resurrect.
Resurrect closely behind, but Anesthetize is...
You've never given me any. Are you taking Anesthetize back on the plane?
Nice.
Yeah, take some because I can try it.
Yeah. It's delicious as well. You can be sipping on it, next minute you wake up in LA.
Yep.
It's gonna be great. DJ818 wants to know, hey guys, when I train specific body parts, I get a different feel or pump in each side of the muscle group. For example, when I do dumbbell bench press or dumbbell bicep curls, I feel a different and more complete pump in my right side than my left. It feels awkward when I train. Is there a way that I could correct this?
I think probably now is you focusing on it a lot as well. I mean, if I'm noticing that my right arm's contracting a lot more, you're subconsciously going to be contracting it a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
So you just need to try and take away, maybe try and just concentrate on your opposite arm a lot more.
Yeah.
One thing that I also like doing, and I've seen even Phil Heath doing a lot of his videos, is he'll do a lot of isolateral work in the off-season. I can't remember if he does off-season or in-season. He'll do slightly different exercises, whether he's in-season or off-season.
Yeah.
But stuff like just like one side at a time rather than doing them at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're doing bicep curls, do your right arm first, and then do your left arm second, and do them at separate times.
Yeah.
So they're not both working at the same time, if that makes sense.
You're not going to like this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, just because the guy's YouTube name is Staying Massive, so he deserves respect straight up. Hey fellas, Joe, the cut is on point. And he gives me compliments too. Yeah. Look at that shit. Just a quick question, is creatine HCl better than monohydrate, and if so, why?
I don't think it is. I've always gotten better results from taking monohydrate.
You're a monohydrate fan, I'm a HCl fan. I think what it comes down to, man, is personal preference.
Yeah.
It really does. I can sit here and tell you that I think hydrochloride shits over monohydrate till I'm blue in the face. Neve will do exactly the same thing, vice versa, with monohydrate over hydrochloride. Try them both, see which one you prefer in terms of how it makes you feel, how it makes you perform. If one of them upsets your stomach, one doesn't. If you like loading or not loading, if you like taking big doses or small doses, and decide based on your personal preference.
I mean, a lot of people as well. I mean, a lot of people say that they don't like monohydrate because of the water retention.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bet that 90% of the people that say that are over 15% body fat as it is anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's only, I reckon if you get right down, and you get right down to 6-7%.
Yeah.
Which is when probably you might see some of that water retention.
But the thing as well, Nevos, is the thing with creatine, and it cracks me up because I see it all the time in people that I coach and then people that I just talk to about competing, is they'll cut creatine out in peak week.
Yeah.
Because it will make them hold water. It makes no sense because the water retention you get from creatine is intracellular hydration. It's water inside the muscle cell, which is exactly what peak week is designed to do. It's designed to pull all the water subcutaneous, so between muscle and skin, into the muscle cell. So cutting creatine out because it's going to make you hold water is just the most stupid thing I've ever heard. So I think the whole water retention thing is just bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's water retention where you want it. Get passionate about Creed.
You do.
Mega Reeks wants to know, Nevos and Joe, do you follow Fuck! Forgotten how to speak English.
Do you follow Mike Rashid's?
Do you follow Mike Rashid's perception that you don't need to train abs? I know that standing dumbbell press, squats, etc. will activate your abs, but I never see you guys do them. Not hating it all, just simply asking.
I personally don't do them. No, I don't do them because, as I said in a couple questions ago, I hit them quite a bit because I do quite heavy compound movements. Yeah. But then again, when we did that myo reps, so those one arm, if you watched that Periscope a couple weeks ago, training back, doing those myo reps on the 45-degree dumbbell rows, like my abs killed more than anything than doing any ab workout I've done in the last, well, I haven't done an ab workout, so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying though.
You know what, man? It's an interesting one. And
what I'm saying is you hit your abs doing every single movement if you're stabilizing your core.
Well, this is exactly right. So then the question becomes, do you also need to train abs directly? And there's a couple of different trains of thought about this, right? The couple of different trains of thought are, you can use an analogy and say, when you train chest, you hit triceps. Yeah. So you don't need to go and train triceps by themselves. You don't need to isolate triceps. And when you use that analogy, you kind of go, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So even though I'm indirectly training abs, I should probably train abs anyway. That's one train of thought. So in that case, you would say, yes, go train abs directly. The other train of thought is, if you're training abs, your ab muscle, the size of your ab muscles are going to increase and it's going to thicken your waist.
Which is from me. That's the same what happened to me. Is I have a very thick, blocky waist.
Yeah.
And I have very and when I get lean enough, you can see them. I do have very muscular abs.
That's right. So it comes down to aesthetics versus
So if I'm hitting
performance.
if I'm hitting abs directly 3 times a week, my stomach's just going to get too big.
Yeah. But then you've got a third train of thought, which is when you deal with your genetic freaks like my brother Ulysses, who trains abs, like if you've seen his YouTube videos and Instagram clips, he trains abs, like weighted abs, like every single week. Yeah. Hardcore. And he has a tiny waist. Yeah. A genetic freak. So I think it's a personal preference thing, man. I think Mike makes some valid points. I think a lot of people make valid points. I think if you want to train abs, train abs. If you don't want to train abs and you're doing big compound lifts, you probably don't need to because you're hitting them indirectly anyway. Gotta find another. That was a good question. I like that. Shazib Nazir. Will you guys ever do a collaboration with Calum Von Moga? It would be great to feature an Aussie Mr. Universe on your channel. Also, will you collab with Steve Cook when you go to LA?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that we wouldn't collab with Calum.
Would Calum collab with us?
That's the thing.
That's the question.
Steve Cook, we're not training with him this year.
We tried to hook it up, but Steve's really busy around the Olympia, man. It's a big ask to get any of these top athletes around the Olympia because they're in shape. You know, even though Steve's not competing this year, he's still booked with photo shoots like back to back to back over the week before the Olympia, the Olympia weekend, the week after the Olympia. So it's virtually impossible. Yeah. But we do have some cool collabs all lined up. And you know what the best thing is, Nevos?
What?
We're going to be collabing with each other every damn day.
That's it, mate.
It's going to be epic. All right, a few more questions I think we got up in this bitch. No, that was the Mike Rashid question. You just answered that shit. Yeah, dill up. He's double pasted up in this bitch. Frankie Gong 13 wants to know, hey guys, I wanted your take on eating fish to thin out the skin. I hear IFBB pros saying this all the time and wanted to know if this is true or a load of crap. Love all your videos and shout out from NorCal.
I've always been one that sort of can't really see why eating fish can thin out the skin, but you might be able to. You do eat your fish coming out to continent. No, you don't eat fish.
I'm allergic to seafood. I've never
You
done
reckon
it. I've never done it. Yeah, look, it's a lot of athletes do it. A lot of athletes do it. When Kai Greene came down to Adelaide, he was eating fish like for almost every meal apart from like 1 or 2 meals a day, which means we're eating like 8 meals of fish. And I asked him about it and he said it's got nothing to do with thinning out the skin. It's just a very light protein source. And because he was eating like literally every 2 hours, like every single 2 hours, on every 2 hour, he didn't want a protein that was going to take a long time to digest and clog up his stomach and make him feel not really nice. So that's why he said he eats a lot of fish leading into a contest. So far as it thinning out your skin, I would like to actually see the theory as to, it's one of those bro science things where everyone says it, they're like, oh bro, you gotta eat fish coming into a contest because it thin out your skin. But give me the theory behind it. Why would that source of protein thin out your skin? I have no idea, and I've never heard a theory. If you guys know, I'd like to hear it.
I got no clue.
I would like to hear it. I'd like to be educated on it because I've never heard proper theory as to why. Nathan Sheepy wants to know, hey fellas, I've been smashing through tubs at Epic Gains. The shit's on point. I was wondering what your thoughts are on it since I haven't seen it in any of your videos. Thanks guys and stay massive.
I think it's great. I think it's our best mass gainer we sell.
By far.
The reason me and Joe don't use it is we're having pretty much all meals, and I would personally rather eat my carbs than drink them.
Yeah, me too. I did the raw review on it, man. I'm not sure if you caught that. You said that you haven't seen it in any of our videos. I did the raw review. I said it's one of the best mass gainers we've seen thus far. And it is.
And taste is...
The taste is ridiculous.
Delicious.
It's really amazing. PJ Jans Van Vuren wants to know, hey guys, thanks for answering my carbs question last week. This week I was wondering, do you guys think that T-bar rows, as well as bent over rows, in combination are sufficient to act as substitutes for deadlifts, as I don't really enjoy deadlifting and feel much more comfortable doing T-bar and bent over rows. I feel these exercises really hit my lower back as well. Just curious guys, thanks and stay massive.
T-bar rows and bent over rows will in no way mimic a deadlift. It's completely
Not at all.
Not at all.
If they're mimicking a deadlift, you're doing them wrong. Because it means you're rotating through your hips way too much. You should, when you're doing bent over rows or T-bar rows, your torso should be in a fixed position.
Yeah.
If you're hitting lower back, you're up the exercise, PJ.
And deadlifts, your whole body's moving. It's not stationary at all.
If you're looking for a substitute for deadlifts, man, you got two options. You can either do rack pulls or rack deadlifts, or you can do weighted hyperextensions. That's what's going to hit your lower back.
Yeah, but deadlifts hit your whole back, man. Deadlifts will hit your traps, your upper back, your lats.
Yeah, that's why I said the first preference is rack deadlifts, because you effectively do a deadlift, you just take the leg movement out of it. And if you've got big ass legs like myself, it's much more beneficial to do rack deadlifts to hit back. And then if you don't want to do rack deadlifts or you just hate the deadlifting movement, go and do weighted hyperextensions.
For lower back. But it's still, there's no way that hyperextensions will mimic a deadlift. No,
but it's the closest thing. If you're not doing a deadlift or a rack deadlift. Agree?
No.
If I wore what's closer? Are you arguing for the sake of arguing?
No, because hyperextensions don't hit your back. It hits your lower back.
You're going to say good mornings mimic a deadlift more than a hyperextension?
Nothing mimics deadlifts, so do deadlifts.
Yeah, but if he doesn't want to do deadlifts or rack deadlifts, what's my brother PJ supposed to do?
Do them. He just said he doesn't like them. Do them anyway.
All right. Last question.
I don't like eating veggies. I eat them.
Last question, but you are a genetic specimen. You do what it takes. Barney Young, last question. Barney wants to know, when eating fruits, especially on a cut, do you take into account how ripe the fruit is? I know most fruits get sweeter as they ripen, so do you usually care about how ripe the fruit is, or is this thinking too much into it?
I think you're just thinking too much, Barnard.
Yeah, Barney, man, you're going balls deep in the fruit thought, you know what I'm saying?
He's gone quite green.
He's got fruit for thought, you know?
He's gone quite green on the fruit.
Dog.
He's for fruit, mate.
Kai watches our videos.
He's gone balls.
You gotta apologise to Kai.
I apologise, Kai, but Barney's just gone balls deep in his
in his fruit.
In his
honestly, Barney, it depends how serious you are with your cut, but when you start a cut, there's really not a whole lot of space for fruit.
I eat banana, and I make sure the banana's ripe, because if you've ever had an unripe banana...
It's an interesting question. Barney does have interesting questions, because I don't really know much about ripening of fruit and whatnot, but if it gets sweeter, you would assume that there's a higher percentage of fructose, right? And I'm not sure about the chemical...
Yeah, but as it ripens, how does it... I don't
know if there's a chemical process inside the fruit as it ripens that actually converts more of the fiber into, I don't even know if it's possible to do, the fiber into fructose or something of that nature. I don't know. I'm going to do some research. Thanks for that, Barney. But appreciate the heads up, brother.
But I spend a lot of time searching for the perfect banana for my pre-workout.
Do you really?
Yep.
You go into Woolworths or Coles and touch them all?
Yeah.
And squeeze them?
Touch them.
No, leave it there, man. I don't want to know what you do with bananas.
No, I make sure they're pretty ripe. I make sure they got the brown spots on them.
Nevos. Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we go and pack for season 3 TMJ in the USA?
Yeah, I'm actually already getting a bit anxious because of the amount of shit we still need to do.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to add before I tell the viewers? To hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of MassiveJoes Weekly WORD and everything else in our YouTube channel. We'll see you in the US of A, baby! Where we come to and from Neve.
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay